Hello my friends and welcome back to the channel. In the last video I talked about some very important essentials that I need to stay sober, and I've linked that video to this one. This video is 4 more essentials that you really need to get your head round, particularly in early sobriety, and as you progress and your sobriety becomes stronger. You must practice these things on a regular daily basis because they will move you forward and keep you sober. I absolutely guarantee it, or help towards that anyway. Of course, there are more things that we need to do, and I'll keep trying to add to this list. But these 4 are extremely important. It took me a while to get my head around them. Just before I do that, please take a moment to subscribe. And if you'd like to support the channel, click on the Ko-fi link in the description and have a read of my Ko-fi pages. Thank you. The first thing I want to talk about, as you probably gathered from some of my previous videos, and this is a personal choice, obviously. I'm not saying this is the only way to get sober, but I find AA extremely useful. For many years, what kept me sort of from getting sober was not being able to get through step 1 of AA, which was admitted we were powerless over alcohol and our lives had become unmanageable. Could never really do that. But I never really understood what was behind that, because I saw myself as a very successful, if you like, on the outside person, you know, materially, if you like. My career was extremely successful. I was, I suppose, and I hate the term really, what you would call a high-functioning addict, alcoholic. I managed, although I probably could or would have done it a lot better without the alcohol and drugs, but I managed to maintain a successful career for many years, even whilst, you know, an alcoholic and an addict. It just created misery wherever I went. That was the problem. And I wouldn't admit that I was powerless or that my life was unmanageable, because I saw my life as being successful. Of course it wasn't. I was kidding myself, bullshitting myself, as we all do. But I want you to reframe that step 1 thing about powerlessness, because none of us like saying we're powerless against anything. And when we first get sober, particularly with alcohol, we demonize alcohol, if you like. We say, you know, we're frightened of it. We're frightened to go near it. And you know, for the early part of sobriety, people, places and things, it is important to change all those things and not sort of hang around areas where you had problems before. However, if we put alcohol on a pedestal and saying it has all power over us, if you like, and become scared and frightened of it, I think that's the wrong thing to do. The way I find easiest to interpret it, I have no problem with saying, you know, when I drink alcohol, my life becomes unmanageable, because it does. The evidence is all there in front of me. The destruction, the chaos, the upset, the unmanageability of my life was all there for everybody to see. You know, the powerlessness thing, I'm only powerless against alcohol if I let it cross my lips. After that first drink or drug, I'm powerless. I can't stop. That's the disease of alcoholism, if you like, or an addiction. I just, you know, if I finish a bottle, then the bottle is never enough. It goes on and on and on until carnage and destruction happens. I just can't physically stop. It ignites an obsession and a craving in me. I could never go out for just 1 drink, or I would just think that would be crazy. I could never sit alone and have 1 drink. It would go on and on and on and on. So I am powerless against that first drink, if you like. If I don't let alcohol cross my lips on a daily basis, because we only have a daily reprieve, then it has no power over me at all. I'm not scared of it. It's just a liquid in a bottle. If it doesn't cross my lips, it can't hurt me or damage me. I'm only powerless when I let it cross my lips. If you can get your head around that and understand that once that happens, your life will become unmanageable, you're halfway there. You have to understand, don't be scared of it. And eventually, don't be scared of going near it and letting your friends and family have a drink around you. I have no issues around that at all now. You know, I have no desire or obsession around alcohol at all, and certainly no fear of it. My only fear is of taking the first drink, of which we only have a daily reprieve. So that's the first thing. The second thing I want to talk about very quickly is gratitude. I should be dead, and I know many like me that should be dead. And when I open my eyes every morning and find I've been granted another day, I don't have any problems at all expressing gratitude. You know, my life before, when it was unmanageable, I had no gratitude at all. Every day was a dark day. I could only ever see darkness in front of me. I wasn't grateful for anything, you know. The glass was always half empty, never half full for me. Pessimism, destruction, darkness, no gratitude for life, no understanding what that meant at all. Today I start my day with a smile and gratitude because I know I'm lucky to be alive. I've been blessed with that. Because the industrial quantities of alcohol and drugs I took over many, many years should have destroyed me. I should be dead. And I know many people that are dead. You know, I know many people that have died with this disease. It is a life or death. There's no doubt about it. It's a progressive illness. It will get worse. It's inevitable it will. And you will die if you don't stop. That's what will happen. So to know that I've been granted another day, for me, starts my day with a smile and a thank you. And my day just will get better from there. And I will express gratitude to every opportunity I have. Because I see the world around me at the moment and I know how blessed I am. And it's the simple things I'm blessed for, like a roof, like food in the fridge. You know, I'm just lucky to have a bed to sleep in at night. I shouldn't have any of these things in reality. And I wouldn't have done without the love and support of all my family and friends and stopping drinking and taking drugs. That's where I am at the moment. Express gratitude every day. It will make your life 1,000 times better. The third thing I want to talk about is purpose. Purpose is the single most important thing, probably, that has maintained a level of peace and calm inside of me that I've never had before, which obviously helps to maintain my sobriety. A lot of us search our whole life for meaning and purpose. What is the meaning of life and the purpose of life? For me, I've come to understand, and maybe that's old age and the experiences I've had, is that my purpose is to give back, is to give back to the still suffering alcoholic and addict, to give back to people who are less fortunate than myself, to give service wherever I can. And I do that through volunteering, not just with drink and drugs, but with homelessness as well. That has given me a sense of well-being and purpose. And I think that's what we're all here for, to pass on what we've learned, to help people that are less fortunate. I don't think there's any better way to get that, I don't know what you want to call it really, that dopamine hit, that feeling of well-being, that feeling of peace, that you're actually doing something that is good and kind and that is helping and progressing the world, giving something back. That's purpose. And I think we can all find that purpose, you know, and even the little things like helping a neighbour down the corridor, we can find that purpose. You know, it's there for us. It's all there for us. And that's given my life meaning, obviously, which it never had before. Obviously, the beautiful thing around my family, I have a beautiful family, friends, and that's meaning, obviously, but purpose was always a problem for me. Finally, I want to talk about regret, guilt and shame and apology and saying sorry. It was really difficult for me, particularly in early sobriety, when particularly my daughters used to look at me and, you know, I could see them checking whether I was sober, looking into my eyes, they could never quite believe it. And that used to make me resentful. And I used to feel guilt, hurt, shame. Then I used to slip into regret. These are all useless useless emotions. There's no point in them at all. And also, I made it about me. It was about them, because what did I expect? I had lied and cheated and was dishonest and stolen from them and made promises for years and years that I didn't keep. No wonder they didn't trust me. No wonder they could never really believe it. No wonder they were skeptical, if you like. Quite rightly so. It meant they cared to start with. It meant that they wanted me to get better. And of course, they're not going to trust straight away. Of course, they're not going to understand. And so I came to an understanding about regret. You know, it's not about apologizing or saying you're sorry or making amends or whatever you want to call it. It's about action. It's about showing them that I'm well. And I can only do that by getting better and stronger and being the best version of myself I can be. Now, that may sound corny, but it's fact. The only way I'm going to regain their respect, love, trust. Let's not mention love never left, because they always carried on loving me and were always there for me. God bless them. But the trust and respect, I'll have to earn that. I'll have to earn every ounce of it. And I can only do that by being the best I can be, which I endeavor and strive to do every single day. And as they look at me now, as my sobriety progresses, because it's only really going to be 2 years that I've been in this peaceful level of sobriety. There's been longer periods of sobriety before, which have always ended badly. But this level, I've never experienced this sort of level of sobriety before. I never get complacent about it. But I've found a way of doing this now, which is improving me as a human being. And they can see it. And I see the way they look at me now, and it's better. And as it progresses and I get stronger and stronger and stronger, and they see that for themselves with the action I'm taking, then eventually I can regain that trust and that respect, and also settle them, put them at ease, so they don't have to worry about me every single day, which is only natural for any child to do. It's natural. So they're just 4 tips that I practice every day. There'll be more along the way, and there's more linked to this video that I talked about in the last video. Try and practice them every day. They are difficult, and you have got to get your head around them, particularly in early sobriety. It's difficult, but you can do this. Carpe diem, my friends. Seize the day today. Make today the day you change your life. Please subscribe. Please click the Ko-fi link. Much love to you all. See you soon. Stay strong. Bye-bye.